we're sending law enforcement. The Democrats, the liberal Democrats running the place, had no idea what they were doing. The level of corruption and what was going on there is incredible.
Stop. What the hell's going on? We'll try to explain. President Trump's decision to send federal agents to major American cities has making a lot of people damn nervous.
We all understand that having additional federal resources can be a value add. They're not a value add if they're nameless agents riding around in vans, pulling people off the street, depriving them of their constitutional rights. That is not what a democracy looks like. And we're not going to have that in the city of Chicago.
Local politicians worry that the feds might import the aggressive tactics used in Portland, Oregon that looked out of control. After Portland, President Trump announced he was sending more feds to Chicago, Albuquerque, and other cities. And some places absolutely don't want them. So can Trump legally do this? The short answer is probably, yeah. But he's gonna get a lot of pushback. The first thing to know is that there are different explanations for sending the feds to different cities. The operation in Portland has been led by the Department of Homeland Security. It's a reaction to 50 days of Black Lives Matter protests that have included some violent confrontations and a lot of vandalism of the city's federal courthouse. That last part is key, because that's technically the legal rationale for the feds being there at all. The federal government has authority to protect federal property, but that's not the justification Trump is using to send the feds to Chicago, Albuquerque, and Kansas City. They're part of a different program called Operation Legend, and it's supposed to be completely separate, at least according to the White House. Operation Legend is mostly under the Department of Justice and is aimed at tamping down spikes in violent crime. The thing is, federal officers and local cops collaborate all the time, and normally it's no big deal. But this is 2020. Things are different. Legal experts say some of the tactics used by federal officers in Portland look downright unconstitutional. The state of Oregon sure thinks they are. Oregon tried to sue Trump's agencies for scooping up protesters in unmarked cars and detaining them without explanation, saying the arrests violated their constitutional rights against arbitrary arrest. Meanwhile, some federal agents haven't been clearly identifying themselves, which makes it hard to hold them accountable if they step over the line. In late July, Oregon announced a deal with the White House to start pulling the feds out of Portland and to replace them with local cops, without saying how long that'll take. But Portland isn't even the first time we're seeing this. Remember when Trump kicked protesters off his front lawn so he could walk across the street for that weird photo op in front of the church with a Bible? He used federal officers for that too. And it's not like Trump has been out there counseling restraint. When the mayor of Portland got hit with tear gas, Trump seemed to think that was pretty cool.
He made a fool out of himself. He wanted to be among the people, so he went into the crowd and they knocked the hell out of him. That was the end of him. So it was pretty pathetic.
In fact, Trump himself is blurring the line between Portland and Operation Legend by framing it all as a crackdown on cities run by Democrats.
These same politicians have now embraced the far-left movement to break up our police departments, causing violent crime in their cities to spiral. And I mean spiral seriously, out of control.
He hasn't exactly been subtle about this. He's been running a campaign that says, if my opponent wins, you literally won't be safe in your home.
You've reached 911. I'm sorry that there is no one here to answer your emergency call, but leave a message and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
The president's critics say this whole thing looks political, like it's designed to reinforce Trump's law and order re-election message at a time when the pandemic is raging out of control.
The president is trying to divert attention from his failed leadership on COVID-19.
But there may be only so much local authorities can do to shut him down. The White House has robust legal authority to protect federal property anywhere, including any courthouse or statue that's somehow under threat. But in Portland, the federal government's tactics didn't make everybody go home. Instead, more people showed up. And people in other cities have started protesting against the federal presence in Portland, creating more scenes of unrest. The mayor of Oakland said these images are creating the justification Trump wants to send federal troops into American cities. The concern is that ordering in the feds might just provoke people. If so, it could become a self-fulfilling prophecy, one that produces the kind of violence Trump claims he's trying to stop.